Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 50 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Skies. Today, I want to look at making these upgrades, because I feel like they would be cool to have. Maybe? I don't know exactly how it works, and I don't know exactly how having, like, extra power draw on this line is, because I'm a little fuzzy on, like, network transfer slash how much available-ish is happening. So it looks like, we've got, I'm guessing that's how much EU is in the cable, the top line, and then how much we're transferring is on the bottom line. Is that like a fair assessment of where we're at? So if I come down here and look at this, is it going to be the same? Looks like it. Now, what if I tick accelerate that? Yes. Okay, and then again. Yes. So now we've like capped out what the line can do, right? So the network can't transfer any more power. Right? Am I understanding this somewhat correctly? Yeah. And then if I again, now we're definitely capped out, and now you're definitely not managing, right? So I guess I'm curious, like, with the efficiency upgrades, right, if I add them in here, how does that work in that regard? In order to test that, really, I'm going to need to be able to make upgrades. So I think we need to get ourselves some assemblers. Do we have assemblers? We do have the ability to autocraft assemblers. That's cool. So I think what I want to do is, like, automate the production of upgrades. Does that sound cool? And that could be a fun thing to do. I might put this in this area here with like the automated like doohickey lines. So if I got 10 cables, which I mean I guess I have enough, and then pipes, right? And then I want you to go up, which is going to be easier said than done, but there we go. Okay, so then you can be locked into making basic upgrades, and then you can be locked into making advanced upgrades. How's that sound? Is that cool? And then I'm going to set you to be like 4 of each. That sounds fair. That sounds fair. I can do 4 of each, and then we'll be good, right? I like this plan. And then you can get up to like 4 as an extra-ish type dude. Is that cool? And then what we'll do is make sure that we can make these. Is that a plan? I'm gonna call it a plan. Alright, so then the same for you. 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. And then you're going to be polyethylene, which I'm pretty sure I have. Yes. Awesome. Cool. And then we can just get functional storage with downgrades, and then we can have like a stack-ish. And if that turns out to not be enough, then guess what? I'll be fine. Right? So let's lock and link, and then get this going. So for you, right, this guy is going to make the basic upgrade. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy is going to make the advanced upgrade. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So you're going to get the basic upgrades, and then these dudes. Right? And then you, page 2. Okay. You're going to get basic upgrades, large motors, large pumps, electronic circuits, conveyors, motors, robot arms, and analog circuits. Cool. And we'll just do 10 of each. And in theory, that might be okay. So in theory, you should be cooking, right? We need 2 robot arms to get going, but we should be there soon. I'm assuming a bunch of machines are running. Yes. I take it you're making a bunch of steel. We should probably have steel, like, kept in stock at all times, right? Do we have a thing for that yet? We have, that's steel, right? So let's turn you off. Because I'm guessing, like, a big problem right now is that we're, like, making steel on demand for all this stuff. Yeah, that's a problem. Quest in progress. So I can't tweak that until you're done making all your steel. I should go check out, like, the steel production line thing, right? And make sure that that's, like, efficiently running. So what's your deal, buddy? You're kind of maxed out on speed and energy upgrades. And you seem to be transferring fast enough, which is cool. I guess I could bump up the tier. And that would probably be fine. Energy seems to be okay. Until I do that, obviously. But to be fair, I think I've got, like, the weak power in there. So if I got, you know, some more of you handy. The mess in there, but I think we should be cool. Yeah, now we're cooking. Hooray! That'll do. That'll do nicely. Okay. So now if we came over here, we should be able to jump this up to 1024, 2048, right? 2048 sound cool? And 256 at a time? So we turn that on, and he should suddenly be like, I need a bunch of steel, please. And he'll always keep, you know, a couple thousand steel in stock, and that'll be good. And we can still always fall back to on demand. So if we come over here, you're in progress, which is cool, which means I can put you up there, auto output to the top, and now you're pushing, and that's cool, right? Which means you may have gotten what you need, right? The only thing you need to get going now is polyethylene, which I don't remember if I had a cable for. Is that what this is polyethylene. Well, would you look at that? How convenient is that? So now I just need pipes, probably blue ones. And we do, no, not that way. We want on the up, right? And now we're cooking. That's cool. So now we should be stocking advanced upgrades, as well as normal upgrades. And we can auto-eject you to the back. Cool. And then you'll keep in stock 64 of each. And that should work. So now talk to me about this. What's it mean for me to have... Oh, your network transfer is kind of high at the moment, actually. Probably because, you know, I got so many machines running. Yeah, to be fair, all my machines are running on account of the fact that, like, you know, we've got stuff happening. Does that mean we should get, like, an HV storage unit? And an HV transfer? We could look into it. What's involved in making those? So an HV storage unit requires stuff I may or may not have. It requires sodium batteries. Do I not have any of this? Battery alloy plate is cool. Turbo machine hull. I don't know that we have that yet. And then sodium batteries. So we have sodium, so that's, you know, doable. We have the battery alloy and the sodium dust, so that should not be a problem. So these two should be, like, easy peasy, right? The only thing we're missing is the turbo machine holes, which is kind of doable. Stainless steel plate, we have those, right? Yeah, we do. Pretty sure we do. Yep. So that means, in theory, HV storage units, pretty doable. We're just short on copper plates, of all things. Do we not have copper plates? Explain how we don't have copper plates. I guess we don't have copper plates. You're in the process of making more copper plates. Probably because I used a bunch somewhere. It's probably for all that auto crafting that we're doing of the upgrades and whatnot. But that's okay, like, in a minute this will all back stuff and we'll be fine. I'm not too worried about that. But we could totally get, like, one of these, right? Yeah. In a minute. We have to wait for the copper plates. Not a big deal. That said, let's talk about HV to MV, right? So that's going to be an HV to MV transformer. So this recipe is MV to HV. And then we convert it HV to MV, right? Because that's like a weird pattern that needs to be... We ran into the same problem with MV to LV, remember? And then let's look at HV cables. So modern cables, we could do... Cupronickel is 1024, electrum is 1024, aluminum is 8192. I think we already have those going. Is there any difference between aluminum and Kanthal? And then, like, annealed is EV, so, like, yeah. That's cool. So I guess aluminum, because we already have those, right? Should be fine. And then HV to MV. Just waiting on some copper plates. Of all things. Like, that's kind of funny, actually. Now, to be fair, I bet we could overclock these a little bit, right? Can't we check out modern basic upgrades, right? So how many can I put in there? I don't know. Is there a limit? Apparently not. And then this, it consumes a little bit more EU, but it goes faster, right? Like, look how much faster it's running now. That's kind of cool, actually. That's really kind of cool. What are we short on that we need all this copper? Maybe the wire? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we burned through a lot of copper wire when we did whatever we just did. That's a lot of copper wire. That is a lot of copper wire. It's this dude who's chewing up all my copper. So, now here's the thing. What if I took you guys and put you in there? What are these called again? Upgrades? So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. And then we're going to see, and I assume you went back into the, good, perfect. So if I do this, right, you're doing 64 EU per tick. Now, what if I swap you? That lets you get up to like 288 EU per tick, which might be too much for our cabling here, right? Because change machine hole to connect to higher T cables. So that's what you need to do. Okay, got it. So we need an upgrade here to let this thing connect to like MV cable. And then if we want to overclock him beyond the threshold of tin cables, right, which is 256, we're going to need, you know, higher tier energy. That's cool. I like that. That's very cool. Cool. So what's the hull upgrade look like? Change machine hull. What do we think that is? Like, I'm assuming I don't just put a like a hole in there, right? We don't just like stick this in, right? Basic machine hole. I mean, maybe. Advanced machine hole. Well, I guess we'll find out in a minute. But yes, we're choking on power a little bit because we just kind of said, hey, everybody, do a whole lot of work, please. And it's not that we don't produce enough power. It's that we don't transfer enough power is the problem. Now, in fairness, I bet if I split these lines up, wouldn't you be a 1024 and you be a 1024? I don't know how much the MV storage unit can transfer. That's my challenge. But in doing so, are we cool? Maybe? Yeah, because we're almost done with that. So yeah, our problem here is that we're using tin cable. And if I could upgrade all these machines to have MV cable connected directly, then we could eliminate the transformer and be able to send 1024 up here. Because we just have too many machines on a single line, right? When they're not all running, which they generally haven't been up until this point, it's fine. But when they are all running, it's a little bit of a problem. Cool though, right? I like it. I actually really like it. Alright, so at least you guys are running, making my upgrades for me. But I want to be able to understand how I can, like, amp up this power production, right? So, like, you've got plenty of power in you. It's just about how much you can transfer at a time. That's the problem. And really the bottleneck is this transformer. And until I get some more copper plates... trying to catch it, like, you know. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Got to be, like, real quick. Ain't too likely. Alright, let me come back in a minute, like, once all our production usage calms down. Oh, did I get one? Oh, I got one. Nice. I caught it. I caught it just in time. So does that mean I can just, like, put an advanced machine hole in there? Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. So that's how that works. So let me just, like, experiment with this for a minute. But in theory, I should be able to take Electrum cables now and plug you in directly. And you should be getting plenty of power. And look, you get a big efficiency boost upgrade from just getting that advanced machine hull. That's kind of cool. We ran out of copper. That's funny. Like, we didn't run out of copper, we just didn't transfer it fast enough. That's actually really funny. Because in fairness, this dude's doing that motor. If I threw more motors in there, I guess, you know, you could transfer quicker. But you still have a delay of 3 seconds. But that's really kind of funny. So if we get this efficiency up, that would be pretty cool. It's really neat, actually. Don't run out of copper! I need you! Don't run out! No! Stop running out of copper! I need to have copper in my inventory to help keep this thing going. I just want to see how fast it is when, like, you know, it's fully efficient at this point, right? And I'm only 2xing it right now, which is kind of funny. Think we're gonna make it? So close? Yeah, alright. So, like, can he keep up, even, the items? Like, that's pretty funny, actually. The only problem is when he fills, I think his efficiency dude runs out. I don't know what an overdrive module does. What's that do? Prevents electric machine efficiency from going down at the cost of electricity. The recipe will be locked until the module is removed or the machine runs out of power. Well, that's cool. That's cool. So that means it won't, you know, it won't ever lose its efficiency. But it uses power to do that, so, like, I don't know. That's pretty neat, though. Alright, so should we look for, like, HV? So what we should probably do is... because our current issue... what we should do is we should have, like, an MV line for now to keep things, you know, cool. But then an HV line that can be used going forward. Now, can you guys accept these upgrades? Add upgrades to increase max processing EU, redstone control unit, and overdrive module. No, but we can just put an HV energy input hatch in here, I assume, and then we'd be cool. HV input hatch. Right? And then we'd be able to accept HV power directly. We need more things. Missing 90, missing 40. Coal dust. Really? You can make one. Why can't you make a bunch? Steel plate, coal dust, and gold plates. In fairness, it might have just been that, like, you know, yeah, our processing was using a lot of it temporarily. What about coal dust? We only got 64 of you? Do we not know how to make coal dust? I would think that the crusher recipe would be able to handle coal dust. No? Okay, then. I'm very surprised that I don't have, like, a recipe for coal dust yet, right? Shouldn't I have this recipe? Why is this not a thing yet? Oh, now we're short on silicon dust and steel plates, which I assume we have a thing for over here. Yeah, alright, so we do have steel plates. So what's up with silicon dust? Silicon dust is this guy, right? Which is this dude running. Right? Now, here's the question for you. If I made you Canthal tiered, would you be faster? Oh, you're also, like, choking on power. What is up with that? Oh, because you're connected to this dude. Right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that you'd be choking on power a little bit. But, I mean, what I could do is put an MV energy input hatch on you. Right? And then you could get an MV hull. Yeah, you're going to be a problem until I get you powered up again. Well, let's keep the tin cable going for now. But I'll run it, like, out and about, kind of. Because this is truly just going to be, like, a temporary setup until I can swap that. But then you should be able to run electrum cable this way. This is going to get very dire wire very quick. In case anybody forgot what channel they're watching. This is the temporary dire wire situation. Okay? So now you should be cool with your power. Okay? Now if I got you Canthal, would that speed this up at all? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it did, right? Though, maybe the overclocking will be better? How high did it get before? 128? Doesn't seem to be making much of a difference, right? But what I can do is maybe a few of these, and that'll let it get up even higher. That's kind of cool. That's neat. I like this upgrade system. I'm gonna have a power problem really, really soon. But at least we're, like, ramping up our silicon production, which I think is important for us, because, like, we do not have enough silicon production. Yeah. So we might not have enough coke production? And I think the problem with coke from modern industrialization, I don't know that it can be made in a machine that's electric. I think the only place you can make it is coke ovens. So we might want to look at making silicon without coke. I think there is a recipe for it, right? Yes, but it needs carbon dust. And carbon dust is made centrifuging coal dust. That doesn't seem so bad, right? And coal dust is made, we already make it, right? So, like, what we could do is we could just centrifuge coal dust into carbon dust instead of this. And then we remove coke from the line entirely, right? So all we really need is a centrifuge. We're short on rubber sheets? That's funny. In fairness, we are making a lot of things. What are your, what's your beef here, stranger? Synthetic oil is what's low? What makes synthetic oil again? I forget. Raw synthetic oil? And then the steam blast furnace. Right. So that'll speed that up. But this thing we can convert to an electric blast furnace. That shouldn't be a problem. Right? And this we can convert to an electric mixer, and that shouldn't be a problem. So, like, we're getting to the part where we're having a lot of fun doing things, right? I like this. I like this. So what we want to do is get that centrifuge. And pretty soon everything will calm down once these guys are... Well, they are back stuff, so we should be chilling now. We're just, like, recovering from all that crafting. But this is a good opportunity for us to realize, like, we need to amp up what we're doing. Right? Like, it's not terrible, but it could be better. It's all about that optimizing the production line. That's, like, fun stuff. We just need one more of these, which we should get in a few minutes with a few more rubbers. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is wrap up the episode. So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's come back next time. Between episodes, I might do like a little bit of improvement here. I'm gonna transition this to carbon with the centrifuge, and that should be like saving me a bunch of coke dust, right? So if I just remove you entirely, that's cool. And then I can throw this dude here, right? And then instead of getting coke dust, you're gonna do push to the right, and you're gonna get coal dust, which we should so you're only running over there for that thing? True. You could do coal dust, right? And then we just do item pipe here. And then now you're running. And we can speed that up, obviously. And then you should be doubling the output of silicon now. Because quartz dust, like silicon is either 1-to-1 or, you know, in 20 seconds we make one, in 20 seconds. So we basically just doubled the production of this. So I think that's cool. Alright, for now, wrapping up point. Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Silicon improved. You know, other stuff's improved. Gotta ramp this up probably a little bit, but like, he's not too bad, but it definitely would be nice to make him better. We've got overclockers now. Next episode, let's get into HV power. Basically what I'll want to do is try to convert a lot of my machines to accept MV power, and then we'll like replace this whole setup. It'll basically be, we'll produce a bunch of HV power, right? That's interesting. You guys are just doing all the power making. Yeah. you are transferring. It's cool. Cool. All right. Yeah, we'll do this next episode. But basically, like, we might maintain some MV and LV power, but like we'll start with the machines that need it most, because then I can get like HV to the places that need it. Like, annealed copper is just not moving very fast. Like, we're getting there, but it's very slow. And I suspect that might be slow too. So if we can get these guys to HV tier and overclock them a bit, and we can produce annealed copper faster, that might be nice. We'll see though. But for now, definitely wrapping up point. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.